actually fill the water bottle?
Only 1 in 5 water bottles are recycled.
It takes millions of barrels of oil a year to make bottles, which is enough to power a million cars. That is a turtle who is choking on a piece of water bottle. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, and there's lots of pictures.
Yeah. It just shows like how many things can be affected by such a little thing, and we don't even think about it until.
Exactly. So I'm sure you definitely saw how much waste goes with water bottles, because plastic takes hundreds of years to degrade, even thousands of years. So where are those bottles going? I mean, we only, like, the human, like, hit max 100-something years. So that means that they'll be around for way longer than we'll be alive. So who's going to deal with that? It's going to have to be our children. And we don't want to leave our children in a world filled with a million plastic water bottles. Okay. So, yes.
Like, I'm just saying, if this could be a solution, wouldn't people, like, just get a big tank, put water bottles on it, and then just put it into space and just, like, float?
That is
That's a possibility.
Very creative thought. The only thing, so you mean like shipping it and it would go into orbit, so we'd have like a huge bundle of water bottles floating around the Earth. That is a really cool idea, but at the same time, we don't want to pollute space too, because who knows if it could come shooting back. Can you imagine a meteor? Okay, so let's say that we were going to have a vote on this right now. So would you guys vote to ban plastic water bottles in your school? Let's see you raise your hands. Good. Fantastic. Look at you guys. You guys are awesome.
Amazing.
Okay. So we're going to try writing a poem. So we saw that there are different types of poems. They don't have to rhyme, but they can't just be, a paragraph. If you try playing around with syllables, right? Line breaks, stuff like that. Or you can totally rhyme and maybe do it like a nursery rhyme. Yeah, and try and focus around water conservation, but even if you can't be specific, maybe you're telling your students through this poem to ban water bottles or be sustainable in general.
One hydrogen and double the oxygen, combining together to form this beautiful bliss. The shocking truth now revealed, combining together to create a new vast world.
So
Last drip, last drop, don't hurt our crop. If it's our last, let's not waste it fast.
Wow.
You see all the water bottles that are being wasted? We want our earth to be healthy, not filthy. So do this. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
There she blows, there she goes. There goes the most lovely because of her laziness. To go there. Why not go? Because there she goes.
I really like how you're repeating those with a lot of the same sounds. That's very poetic. Good job.
Water is good, water is bad, water is clean, water is not, water is fun, water is not. What would happen if we had water?
A big black plate is going to make I am not yapping fake. Stop to think if there's a link for what you can drink.
Raindrops in H2O from rivers in the sky, taken from the lakes around, waiting day and night. Oceans and ponds gushing waterfalls, wasting it all day long. Water, let's not waste it all.
Yes.
Water dripping down and down, bottles floating through our town. Sunshine spraying on your face, young eyes raining, love in space.
comes, it makes us very sad. So drink tap water instead.
I had a turtle, his name was Turtle. He lived in a lake. He choked on plastic as a cake. Prevent more pollution deaths for my new turtle son.
So now we're just going to have like a little discussion about the poetry reloads. So what do you guys think that means to make a poem a poem? After this writing exercise, what do you feel? Yeah.
Emotions.
Yeah, definitely.
Anthony raised the board.
Flowing.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
I will do that. Flowing. Wonderful.
Okay. Yep.
Brain.
Brain. Thought, yeah. Definitely. Anyone else? I found it funny, yeah.
Work.
Work? Yes. Pardon?
Flow.
Flow, yeah. Flowing. I found it really interesting how at the beginning you guys kind of said, oh, that's not a poem, it didn't rhyme. But now you guys didn't even put in rhyming that needs to make a poem a poem. I think that's really amazing. So awesome.
Good job, guys.
It's funny how like you look at things differently after you read poetry because I don't know, a lot of different things in the class, we just found it really interesting to look at it differently. So we had one of our exercises in class, we had an object poem. So we had to bring an object from the natural world and we had to write a poem about it right there in class. So I had a pine cone and I wrote a poem about a pine cone. And then our professor, she told us to go back to our rooms or our house or whatever and do a bit of scientific research on it and then write a different poem, which it was a complete change. So it's just amazing how like science can really change your thoughts and how it can make something amazing. Did you guys like writing poetry?
Yeah. Good answer. Did you guys know anything about water conservation?
Yes.
Yep.
People use lots of water bottles every year, and if they didn't care. If they didn't care about what they were doing, we have to have, say we're taking
Make sure you guys listen.
probably about 1/4 of Toronto would just be landfills. They
Yeah.
probably use like an area about 1/4 the size of Toronto every 3 months.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so insane how much
Waste
water
it creates
bottles, yeah.
everything.
And it's just like one thing. Have you ever thought of it like a water bottle being that effective? Well, not effective in a good way, but in a bad way. What I like about science? I like that there's a specific answer to science, and I like just knowing that I got the right answer. Yeah, and I also like it because it also gives a different picture of like the entire world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alex, what else did you learn about water when you were doing your studies in university?
Well, I didn't know a lot of the facts about how much wastewater bottles create, and I know that what Nick was talking about was that's just water bottles. We have Gatorade, we have drinks like fruit punch and even Coke and all that kind of stuff. That stuff isn't biodegradable, which means that it takes a long time, hundreds and thousands of years, millions, even cans, right? And it takes a long time for that to be degraded. And what I was really shocked to find out was that 1 in 5 water bottles are actually recycled, which means if we have 5 billion water bottles, those aren't being recycled. So that's 5 billion water bottles, and we do that easily in 1 year in just America alone. Imagine all over the world. That was shocking. It's just how big the entire problem is.
How about they go into a landfill with a bunch of trucks?
Yes, absolutely. That's the reason that it's such a problem is because the landfills are overflowing. It's going into the lakes, killing turtles, polluting the water for us. The water that we drink, it's just this cycle that we need to kind of learn how to support it on our own, sustainably, right?
My sister, she lives on a farm, but she doesn't drink water bottles that much. But when she does, when she's done with them, she usually uses them for something. Like sometimes she'll cut them and
Like an arts
crafts
kind
or
of thing?
something.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
That's a great form of recycling.
Yeah.
Right there.
Secret sauce, so close your eyes for this. So I would like you, my question would be, do you think we should ban water bottles everywhere we drive public school?
Yes.
I mean, sorry, yeah, plastic water bottles. Do you really believe? Do you think we should put a ban in on them? Who's us?
Oh, close your eyes. Should open.
Okay, so hands down. So almost everyone voted in favor of that. Just like
Great. So just like as you guys are at the age that we were once, and when I was thinking about this, I'm interested in animals. So I want to help animals like the turtle, and I want to make sure that we leave a good place for them because 2,000 animals go extinct every year. So that's what I'm interested in. I was interested in that from grade 1, and now I'm doing it at university. So I see that there's a lot of people, I'll get to you in a second, I see that there's a lot of people like you that are interested in doing that kind of research to help the environment. That's something you can do when you're in university too. Yes?
There's a motorcycle that runs on water.
Yeah, absolutely. That is very popular.
And just going off like what Siobhan said, just you guys are so young that you guys can do so much. So make sure you get your word out just any way possible about water bottles, like your opinions.
Even through poems. Recycling. So I think that because we learned that only 1 in 5 water bottles are properly recycled, that's an example of recycling, melting plastic, reusing it, reduce, reuse, recycle, remember? So that's an area, so basically it means that we have to make sure that we're putting, if we do use water bottles, put them in the right places.
Yep.
So, yeah, how did you guys like it? Good?
And all of the poems are awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
They're really great.
You guys spoke up a lot more than people in university would speak up about that. So
It's
kudos.
amazing, yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you.